One.
Oh, welcome everybody to another episode of The Old Guard. It's the only podcast hosted by OGs who are dedicated to preserving the sanctity of geek culture. This is your boy Wally Analog, and I'm joined, of course, by the keeper of civility and order, Rolls Royce.
What's up?
You know what time it is. It's been a little minute, but we couldn't wait to do this episode. So we just gonna get right on into it. The opening act of what looks like it's going to be a prosperous DCU, ladies and gentlemen. Superman has entered the building, fired from a gun. Although Superman is said to be faster than a speeding bullet. How appropriate that bullet is fired from one James Gunn.
Yes.
And yeah, man. By the time this, we sat down, we were sitting down to do this episode. I think the verdict is in by this time. We're probably one of the last ones to talk about it because I think me personally, I needed to process it, man. Because of its importance and because of my love for this character, quite honestly, might be my who am I kidding, man? I've had Superman apparel, man, for so long. I'm talking about watches and shirts and jackets and hats, and I got all of that. And so I was excited about this movie. You know what I'm saying? So, and it looks as if a lot of people were. Now, this is documented as far as the conversation that you and I have had, Rose. I was concerned about the potential negative reception of this movie because of the reputation that DC movies have garnered.
Right.
As a result of this Snyder mess. You know what I'm saying? And particularly for a character that is widely not cared about. Even as important as he is a superhero, being one of the first in history, right? Like one of the very first ones in comic book history.
Right.
To be cared so little about. And not even necessarily by the general public, but cared very little about by its own property. Like Warner Brothers didn't even really care about Superman because Batman makes the money. Batman pays the bills.
Let's dive in that for us just a quick second. Why do you think it's because the Batman movies were so successful, or do you think there were just some bad, I don't want to say bad Superman movies, but Superman Returns did not hit the way it should?
Well, you know what? It's kind of a chicken and the egg kind of thing. I think it's just the level of interest that people have in the character. He's not one who is, it's just not interesting to people. Batman is an interesting person. And we've talked ad nauseum about why we feel that Batman resonates more with people. Because in your mind, you feel like, I could be Batman, much sooner than I could be Superman. And hear me out on this. Of course, you got to be a billionaire and you got to know 100 languages and 10 martial arts and all that. But all of that stuff are things that humans can do.
Correct.
Be. Whether realistic or not. Superman is not that. And he's this good guy and, it's the whole nice guys finish last kind of, thing. And it's people not feeling him like that.
Well, and then also, too, I think Superman is a victim of his power set.
Oh, for sure.
So
OP. To the point where he's not.
So writers don't know what to do with him at a certain point.
Who can you match him up with? Right.
Right. They can get past the origin. They retell the origin over and over again. Right. But then, okay. And it's funny because, like with Man of Steel, when he was paired up with Zod, I really appreciated Zack Snyder's approach in terms of the action.
Oh my God, he's
in terms of the story.
He's always been a little sketchy on story for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
And it did feel. I'll never forget Michael Lipinski, friend of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
I went with him to see Man of Steel opening night. And we walked out, and I was geeked because of the action and, you know, they finally represented Superman in the way he should in terms of the fighting prowess, right? So he got that down. So I was geeked about that. But I looked at Michael's face, and he was just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. This ain't like Superman. This is not my Superman. And there are a lot of, I mean, we have close friends, you know, in the group chat and, you know, in our circle that make really good points as it relates to the flaws that Man of Steel had. And like you, I had no problem with all the collateral damage in the city based on what was going on. Right. But as we often talk about, the pocket that was some mess. That was some boo boo.
Yeah, I think that was the first sin. I think that was the first writing sin where he's talking to Clark and was like, maybe you shouldn't save people. And it's like, that didn't sound right.
That ain't it, bro.
And then, you know, when the tornado hit and he's like, you know, no, don't save me.
No.
Let me die. No. I'll sacrifice to save your identity. It's like, what?
Here's the thing.
That's so stupid.
Forget Superman not wanting to get him. Like, if I was Pa Kent, I'd be like, son, hey, like, I'm sorry, man. I ain't ready to go. Come get your boy. Well, we'll explain it later.
And what's so stupid too? When you're standing in front of a tornado, it ain't that calm. You don't got time to raise your hand up
and wave off potential salvation.
Right. And I understand that I can turn my brain off in those moments, but come on.
No.
It was very obvious. It was like, okay.
No. The good homies Cerebral Ninja had it right on that.
Right, correct. So by the time he gets to Zod in Man of Steel, it's and he snaps his neck. Yeah, he's already broken the no kill policy. Right, and it's almost like it was enough for a lot of people. And I can see I can appreciate why people checked out on Man of Steel.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the irony is that he had to kill him, but the story was written in such that he had to kill him. Right. So it's a story issue, not a Superman. It is because of the story, right? Like he shouldn't have written it in such a way to where he had to off him.
Correct.
But he had to off him based on the track, you know, the how the story was tracking.
Right. So that's Man of Steel.
Yeah. There's our comparison.
Yes. Before we dive in all the way, you mentioned processing it. Yeah. It's interesting because I was with you. I took in the film for the first time. I haven't done a second viewing yet. I've been dying to do a second viewing. I just haven't had the time. Right. But there was this period where I had to process it.
For sure.
Like, I wanted to record a podcast right after I saw it,
and
I'm glad we didn't because
oh boy,
there were things that I had to get used to, or didn't know I needed that in my life, right. And I think that's what, and we can get into our review of Superman, but I wanted to find out from you why did it take you a while to process? Like, what was it for you about the movie that where you needed to process? Without getting into details, we'll get into some of those details in the film. But like just personally, like on you leave the theater, you're just like,
on a macro level, right? On a macro level. Right. So without pointing out the things that made me think the way the way I thought about the movie, right? And on a macro level. And I expressed this to you before we went. I said to you, James Gunn is going to really need to make these kids feel like you and I felt when we saw Christopher Reeve, right? And he's going to have to do that. Right. But even as I said that, I still walked out of there like, man, that was a kid's movie. And when I say that, I'm not being dismissive or that's not a derogatory term.
Correct.
It was geared towards those who want to grab up their family, all put on their Superman shirts, you know, dad, mom, and the 2 kids, and go to the movie and have a good time.
Just to stop you there, did you walk in with your Superman shirt on?
I did.
Okay.
I had it on.
So
I had my watch. I had my Superman watch.
Yeah, Superman watch.
You know right. What time.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I had it on. And so, and I told him, that's my guy, man. Like,
right.
that, you know what I'm saying? So I went in and it was with, while it felt like Disney, right? It felt like a Disney movie. It felt like taking your kids to see, you know, I don't know, Frozen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Lion King, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever Disney movie is out, the hot one, you know, whatever's out at the time, you know what I'm saying? It felt like that kind of thing. And so when I left, and I don't know, this may have had a lot to do with the fact that a lot of the comic book movies that I've seen and that I've enjoyed had more of an adult theme to them, with more younger, you know, audience elements in it. You know, when I say younger audience elements, I mean things that kind of appeal to a younger audience. And then I had to examine myself. It's like, man, dog, I'm 52 years old, man. I can't expect all these comic book movies to be on this level. Now, that said, he didn't insult anybody's intelligence in this movie or anything like that. There were some things that, you know, you still had to work for, because there were a lot of themes that in this movie that I really appreciated. You know, he's addressing real life stuff, man.
Right.
He's addressing real life things that kids don't know anything about. Correct. When they going in here. They just know what they see. But those were the things that I think he wanted to offer the viewing public by way, you know, in a you know, the things that were adult.
Right.
And he did that. But as far as the story and the spectacle, and, you know, I had issues with the plot and stuff like that. And I had issues with the villain, and, you know, there are things that I like for my villain to encompass. And that this, you know.
Yeah, for me, the processing was, and you touched on it, we've been conditioned that these comic book movies are for us. Right. And our kids are like innocent bystanders in it.
No, you know, this is for the youth, man.
Right.
They didn't make Superman. Christopher Reeve was not in that suit for my dad, bro. You know. Well, not really.
I disagree. I disagree, because back then, that was the first time it was ever.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first
they were selling toys though, and selling.
Well, they were selling glasses.
Yeah,
and all that
yeah.
But like in terms of like blockbuster comic book movie, that was the first one. So they were grabbing the folks that read the comics in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah. So, and I feel like Superman definitely has that appeal across the ages. I think that's what makes him so iconic. But yeah, I felt like over the past, since the emergence of Marvel, and this is not blaming Marvel, but the movies, even though they're PG-13, they're kind of catering to our generation. Like, remember those books? Remember the Infinity Stones? Remember that? My kids have no idea what the Infinity Stones are. You're right. And to be completely honest with you, like, did we read a bunch of Thanos books? No. Like,
I know.
Yeah, but we enjoy these movies, and the movies, the characters have, you know, a lot of adult-ish themes. You know, we love Deadpool and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, it took me a minute to process, even down to the colors of it all. But once I came down from the processing, I really started focusing in on what he was trying to do. And like you said, like, making it, Superman is this movie where you take the whole family. Like, no questions asked. You don't even have to worry about it being too too crazy.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, well, let's get into it. I know we
For sure.
it was definitely a I don't even know the right word for it. Cathartic experience watching Superman, because I think it's introducing something that should have been there in the first place when the comic book movies were laid out. Yeah,
I, after having watched it, man, began to see even more what was wrong with the previous Superman.
Also,
you know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, yeah.
Also, too, I think, gosh, there's so much stuff to say about this. Because it's also, Superman is also a movie that is, the timing is impeccable. Where the world is.
But that's James Gunn, though. He's always going, and that's what I meant by the thematic portion of this movie, right? Like the themes involved.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to miss an opportunity to shed some light on what's going on in the world.
Right.
And he does it in such a way you can formulate your own opinion.
Correct.
In the story.
Yes.
I'm just going to state facts.
Right.
And let you decide kind of where you stand on it.
Right.
And as a result, this movie brought out a lot of people.
It did.
And you learned what type of people are. And so that's what I really appreciate about it. It's almost like he's shining a black light on the world with this movie. Which is, you know what I mean?
Which like, is no surprise, because he did that in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He does it in Peacemaker. He does it in he did it in Creature Command. He does it in every story he tells. He's going to let you know. He's going to give you a state of the world address.
Right.
Essentially. And he's going to let you decide, what side of the fence you on. Exactly. And if you have a problem with it, you should probably look inward. You know what I mean? If you got a problem with it.
Right. So. The one thing I really appreciate about it, and I've listened to other interviews and podcasts on this movie, and there was a podcaster that talked about it, and I can't remember the podcast. I would shout it out. But literally the host was saying that Superman is James Gunn in this movie.
Yeah, he did.
And when he broke down like his history with Marvel, he was a guy that was cast out because of a past mistake, or in Superman.
But up until then was hitting all kind of home runs.
Exactly.
Just like when the movie started, Superman, we come in after having witnessed the aftermath of his first loss in a fight.
Right. Yeah.
And so James Gunn was similarly contrasted with that, with his having lost after having this run with Disney.
Yeah, and the reason I'm saying all that is I can tell that the writing came from a very personal and an emotional place.
Yeah.
And I think we're benefiting from that story.
Yeah.
Because there's so many undertones to that.
Yeah.
Internet culture, corporate culture.
Yeah.
How looking at someone's heart versus like mistakes. You get what I'm saying? Like just being a good person, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But getting into Superman, I loved how he set up. It was almost as if you read a page from the comic book where he did the I love the rule of three, where it's like 300 years ago, gods and monsters, roam the earth or whatever. What did he say? 3 weeks ago, Superman stopped a war in Baravia. And then it was something 3 days ago, I forgot. And then he was like,
all those threes, and it's like 3 days ago, and then 3 hours ago.
3 hours ago.
Beat to death.
And then
almost
3 minutes ago, he gets beat to death.
Yeah.
And then you see him crash into, in in Antarctica, near the Fortress of Solitude. I love that because in a matter of 3 minutes, which is also interesting, he laid out the DCEU. Like he's already established there's gods and monsters. Well, if if Superman is the official kickoff, but the unofficial kickoff to us geeks,
there's others out
were
here.
creature commandos. He started with monsters,
Yeah.
which was cool. And then Superman would be considered, I guess, a god,
Right.
with quotes
Right.
around it,
Right.
So
Because he's not a meta-human, as it were.
correct, right?
But they are out here
yeah.
letting you know that we got some Barry Allens and we got some other stuff out here.
Sorry, I missed that point. 3 years ago, he arrived and said, "I am the greatest metahuman, the greatest hero out there."
Yeah. It was established that among all of them, this one is the pinnacle.
Yes, right. So I love that we're in year 3 Superman, saying all that to say. But yeah, where do I start? Like, I love that. I love that Gunn opened the film addressing his power set immediately. Hey, before we get into this movie, y'all, I'm gonna address that he's a vulnerable Superman.
At least
he's a vulnerable
right now.
physically, emotionally, and he's a little unsure of himself to a degree.
At this moment,
Yes. And I appreciate opening up the film with that, because I think if he waited, like if you got into the film and you're like, well, why is this dude unsure and all that stuff? It's like, I think he really did a good job of like getting right to the point. And then also introducing Krypto, which I'll be honest with you, this is where the conditioning comes out. Yeah, when I saw Krypto in the trailers, I was like, uh-oh,
yeah, man,
I don't know.
I'm concerned. Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah. But I appreciate that. That took a lot of courage.
Especially considering now, after having seen the entire movie, it makes sense now.
Right.
Like I'll allow it.
Right.
Sure.
Right. And I think the thing I appreciate too is he seems to. It's funny we're talking more about James Gunn than actually Superman, but I appreciate the writing, because you feel as an audience member that it's coming from a fun, creative space. It doesn't feel like
in a genuine space at that.
Right. It doesn't. I think where Marvel has lost its magic is
money grabbing.
Well, it just seems like a factory formula, and you don't feel the director's heart in it.
Nah.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah, it's revenue generating.
You did before, like when you had the Scott Derricksons and like with Doctor Strange. I mean, that movie was great. Yeah, like and you could tell his influence on it. But yeah, I love how he just gets us into the world in Superman. I love introducing all of the characters.
So maybe that's where we start.
Yeah.
We start with the characters and then go into our pros and cons.
Right.
Right? Without telling the movie. You know what I'm saying?
So Krypto, so Krypto, I guess we'll talk about the Krypto because he's the one that drags Superman back to the
order of appearance.
Right. Yes.
Superman and
yes. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I think he wrote Krypto in a way where he was going to win over the audience heart. Yeah. At the start, get the kids involved. Right. So I thought that was a good vehicle for that. Yep. And I appreciated it too. Like Superman needed help, and he called on Krypto to drag him into the Fortress of Solitude. I love the Fortress of Solitude. The design is really nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. I like that it calls back to the 78 joint. I like the new design of it. I like that it rotates and it's more functional. Because, as we see in the film, whenever he's in a big battle, he has to recharge his cells with that's an important part of his power set. He gets his power from the sun, and it only makes sense that he has to do this recharge. whenever he has a battle, and he has these robots that help him. The robots even had character in this film, and hilarious. Like,
Alan Tudyk is always he's a favorite of
James Gunn. They're friends. I believe,
but he's good in everything he voices.
Yes,
and so
right,
yeah.
So we have Crypto, we have the robots. We have Superman right now. And then I guess where we go from here.
We go to why he took that L. Naturally, it would be Lex. See what I did there?
Right.
Lex Luthor.
Uh-oh. Because I know how you like your villains.
Yeah. So this wasn't evident on the front end at the beginning of the movie, but as it progressed, dude's a good actor though.
Oh gosh, yes.
I mean, that's no question.
Yeah.
Let's get out that out of the way. I really, really don't like mustache twirlers, bro. Like that gets under my skin so bad. Like villains that know that they're villains is a problem for me. That to me, that typically signifies a writer's inability to write that. Now, I say that knowing that James Gunn wrote this, and I know that he knows exactly how to write a villain, which leads me to believe that it was somewhat purposeful. Like he wanted to make this dude as insufferable as possible, which again leads me to why I feel like this might have been more of a movie for a younger audience. Because the dastardly dude tying the girl on the railroad tracks, bro. Like that's the type of stuff that you see on Woody Woodpecker. You know what I'm saying? The kids like that. It's funny, you know what I mean? And it's because you have to draw a distinct line to divide good and bad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? James Gunn does not want kids in the seat like, I understand that. I could see where he's coming. You want kids squarely on the side of Superman. And the way you do that is to create a mustache twirler. That's how I feel. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Can I challenge you on that?
Please.
So I will say at first blush, watching the film, I completely agree with you. It felt the portrayal of Lex was a little jarring. But after I processed it, it felt, number one, and I'm using this as a reference, like Justice League Unlimited, right? Lex is always cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
Only until Superman is upstaging him.
Right.
And it's affecting his ego.
Right.
He's one of the smartest people in the DCEU, correct?
Right.
That's already established, and James Gunn did a good job of establishing that as we talk about this film. But I can appreciate, even in the era we're living in now, I can appreciate how somebody either is perceived as smart or is smart, and their intentions are ego-driven, and when they don't get their way, they start to become unhinged. And I actually like that approach he did with Lex on this one.
Only problem with that is, like as you said, people that act that way are not actually smart.
Well,
they think they
because we're in the real world, and
here this man is his level of intelligence is such that he really wouldn't need validation. You know what I mean? Like this guy. But I understand.
But you got to understand the dynamic between.
I get it. No,
between
I do.
Superman and Lex.
I understand. Yeah.
Lex was that dude,
right?
Before Superman came on the scene,
and then now he's in his bag about it. Yeah, right.
And the one thing I appreciate about James Gunn's writing, he's written it in a way where it felt like this immigrant has come here,
right,
and he's invaded.
I agree.
Our way of life, and he's doing these campaigns to undermine his greatness.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Right.
I do. I just wish that, because you can have all those feelings. You can be
So you want him to be more calm.
Yeah, because you said it at the top. Lex don't do that. Like, he'll get mad. He'll seethe and do all this stuff. But he won't launch into this, oh, my envy is right. Forget all that, man. Take that somewhere. And you know what I'm saying? And be who you don't have to twirl your mustache, bro.
But I want to, this is where I want to challenge you. The other thing I processed was, look at Superman. He's unsure of himself. Not the Superman that we're used to, always confident. Even if he can't figure it out right away, he's still confident. I got it. I'll figure it out. I'll spin around the world and reverse time or whatever.
Which, as a kid, we was like, man,
right.
And then it aged like milk. But go ahead.
But what I'm trying to say is, I like that Gunn has dropped us off at year 3 of Superman, and I think essentially Lex's story.
So now it's last straw kind of stuff.
No, I think what I'm trying to get at is the thing that I'm excited about, and I hope that happens, that I'm pretty sure is going to happen. As these movies progress, you start to see Superman get a lot more confident. Oh, I've been here before. I know what to do. He's going to be a lot more commanding. Hey, guys, we're not doing that. We're not going to kill this creature. We're going to save it this way. Or you get what I'm saying? Same with Lex. I feel like you're going to get the Lex that you want in year 6. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel.
That's crazy, because that's a character arc that doesn't seem human.
But you got to understand, this is
someone with
3 years
ego to learn to be less egotistical and less of a tantrum thrower.
I'm not saying he's going to be less egotistical.
Okay, what are you saying?
He's going to be more calculated. He's going to be a lot more thoughtful. He's not going to be unhinged. Because the moment you become unhinged, you're going to fail. Again, I'm not defending.
No,
I'm not defending the portrayal, but I do feel like there's some intention to writing the characters where they are in year 3. I can only imagine, and we'll get into this, like when Lex actually has he engineered his own metahumans because he doesn't like metahumans. Right. So he has the engineer, right. And which is another character.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
cool character, yeah.
Right. And she has mastery over nanites all over her body. And then he has Ultraman, which wasn't
That's
introduced.
Interesting. Did they get the rights to that name? I mean, every time I heard it, I kept thinking of the old show from back in the day in the 80s.
Oh, and the Japanese Ultraman? Well, DC cleared it because there's a Earth.
Okay.
There's a version of Superman. There's a version of Superman on Earth too.
Okay.
That's called.
Okay,
Ultraman.
That's all I can think of when I heard that name.
That's a reference.
Okay, I got you.
Not.
Okay.
That's yes. Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, but yeah, just where was I going with that? So he engineers his own metahumans. And I lost my train of thought. And it was around the villain angle.
You're talking about progressing into what he will hopefully be a more calculated and thoughtful.
Yeah. So it was already established that this dude is like ridiculously smart, like to the point where he's making pocket universes. Which is also
that was another arm folder for your boy, but apparently that's a thing. So hey,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Right.
fine, okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm just like, okay, it was to the point where I was wondering, okay, what line of business was Luthor Corp in prior to Superman arriving? You know what I mean? Like, because it looked like his entire business model was whooping Superman's ass. Like, that was all he was concerned with. Like, not that it matters. I just kind of had that joke in my head the whole time. Like, man, what did this dude do with his company before they decided to hunt Superman mercilessly because he's mad because the world doesn't like him as much as they like Superman? Like, you spent a lot of money in creating your little video game on how to beat Superman whenever you see him in the street. Like, what's going on, man? You got pocket universes and all this stuff and monkeys pounding out stuff on social media. And I get the reference. That was actually kind of cool.
Right.
That was cool.
Right.
And again, I see what James Gunn is doing. It's just crazy. But
I like the way he set it up because I mean, in real life, there's several examples where we can cite where a person can't let it go. Get what I'm saying? Like Jim Jones can't let it's
go,
like,
bro.
dude, you stop talking,
go away,
man.
Jim Jones.
Like,
stop, bro.
Like,
no one's checking for you, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Trump and Gavin Newsom. Like it's just stop.
There you go, man. It's all right. Let's move on.
Right. So anyway, I'm trying to highlight that point that I think he's writing these characters in a way to give some context to the world that we're living in, or setting up the actual world itself. There's a lot of, in this particular universe, perception is important to the heroes and to the villains, I think.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. It just felt
so that made me.
They were so polar, right? Like,
right.
I need to put the good guy as far over on the good side as possible, and I need to put the bad guy as far. There is no gray area where you kind of, because in the past it's been, Superman, he might have to kill somebody, So now we stepping over that line,
right?
And the bad guys are people that. I agree with Killmonger. I agree with, these people. And so I don't think James Gunn wanted them anywhere near that line.
But I don't know, man. Like, imagine if you're living in a world and then all of a sudden a superhero shows up.
Right.
It's nothing for them to just go, I'm not going to be good anymore. I'll just rule you all.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
I can side with Lex a little bit. Now his motivations are evil and but just imagine just a human being that wants to be known as a philosopher, and he's this smart guy and he has all this tech that helps the world become better, and then this dude just comes along and has all these powers. Like, this dude is like, he's deranged with jealousy. And again, I'm not defending. I get what you're saying, where he does. It is a polarizing portrayal. Yeah. But I want to challenge you too, though. Like, in previous Superman movies, you look at Lex Luthor.
No, I don't know that there's ever been a good one.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
I can't point to a Lex that I thought was like, none of this is working. Like, that's not me saying, this is work. He might still be the best one we've seen, quite honestly.
But
you know what I mean?
Now,
like,
you can't.
I'm 52 years old. I keep saying I have to say that because listen, man, there's a flavor that I kind of...
You want a brooding villain. You want a villain that's
not brooding, but making points that, I can kind of see why he feels that way. I need more Magnetos.
I see.
You know what I mean? Like, and Magneto he is destructive. Like, there's no doubt that he's on the wrong side here.
Right.
But
Superman got a lot of mustache twirling villains, man.
He does. He does.
I mean, when he gets to Brainiac, maybe it's different.
And that's what I was saying. See, right. Brainiac is probably my favorite because, he don't really care about humanity. He has no reason to. Like he's there because, you know what? I'm better than you, and I don't really think you're, you know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of thing. I can roll with that, but... Yeah, I don't know that I've liked any portrayal of Lex Luthor anywhere, especially in that Crisis garbage. That guy.
Oh, you mean in the CW version?
Oh, my God.
Oh, why are you bringing that up, man?
Because I'm just going through all the Luthors, man. It's just like, man, I don't know that I've liked any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've liked any of them. And
how about Superman and Lois? That one's kind of weird.
You know what's weird? You know who better seems to portray what I think a Lex Luthor like personality and way of going about doing things would be Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. When he was explaining the whole thing as to why Superman got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he wasn't just this arrogant, I don't like him because I don't, but this dude is a potential danger.
Right.
Humanity is hanging in the balance. Yeah. 1% chance this dude might snap.
Right.
He got to go.
Right.
That's where I was hoping that they would go, but they didn't.
Right.
And so.
Yes. Yeah.
But like I said, man, it is my opinion that he was trying to make sure that neither one would come anywhere close to crossing over that line that divides pro and antagonist. That's it. You talked about the gray area, which gets into the interview, and that's the one thing I appreciate. Let's talk. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go into Lois since right. Yeah.
So the Superman Lois interview, I love because it was a callback to the 78 movie, but it was different. And it was for this time. She was, I would say it's definitely, a lot has progressed in terms of, I would say back in 78, it was, everything just felt male dominated, right? Nowadays it's like it's
male dominated.
Was male dominated. It's still male dominated.
Different.
But I would say that there's been a lot of movement toward women being heard.
Yes, until recently. We're taking that away as well.
Yeah.
We going back. You can go ahead and throw all that out. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome to dictatorship.
Yeah.
Anyway,
staying in the make believe world.
Yes.
Which I would like to stay in.
Yes.
Forever.
Right. I hate it here.
Yes. Gosh. Oh man.
Yeah. Continue. Lois Lane.
Yeah. So anyway, I love that every woman in this film was very strong, and it wasn't that they weren't caricatures or that sort of thing. Like even down to Eve Tessmacher.
She felt a little bit over the top at times,
but he flipped it.
Yeah.
But getting back to the interview, sure. I liked that James Gunn was playing off of. He was almost playing like. It felt like 3D chess with the writing, because it was like, okay, this was 12 minutes, a 12-minute interview in a comic book movie. Like I don't know if people really appreciated the risk there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
With our 80 HD audience culture, it's like, when did they go fight?
We had gotten a fight. We had gotten a good fight early.
Correct.
If you notice, you couldn't lead the movie with that.
Correct.
He had to go right into a fight.
Right. And I believe it was to set this up. Yeah. And I really appreciate how he boxed it in. One, he establishes that Lois already knows about Clark. Mm-hmm. They are in a relationship. Mm-hmm. She pulls no punches.
None. Because she's a professional journalist. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what you want out of a pro.
Right, and she's more of a realist, where Superman's more of an optimist. And she's like, well,
more about
hey,
policy and legality, and
right.
you know what I'm saying? He's like, no, human lives, bro.
Yeah, and then when we're talking about male domination, yeah, you came in and stopped a war, but that's on you. Like she was challenging him, like, well, you made that decision.
Right.
You didn't ask anybody else. You just decided yourself.
But then that's what he countered with, because people were gonna die. So, and I have the power to prevent that. So, you know, basically saying while others may not, I do. And then you have some that actually do and don't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so he was making this point without necessarily making it, you know what I mean? But that's what I got from it. It's like there are people out here, policymakers and leaders, world leaders and stuff, that could stop this, but they choose not to. They have the power, but decide against it.
Right.
Whereas he's like, I'm not waiting for any bills to be signed or none of that.
Right. And I appreciate James Gunn said that in an interview about that particular interview, where he was talking about like, there's all these policies and politics that are out here, but like he said, he would like to think. Time. Well, he was saying that he would like to believe that most people just want to do the right thing, keep people from dying. Don't isolate a race of people and have them over here,
and like, don't invade them.
And don't invade them.
Like, it's the simple stuff, right?
Like,
how we all, I won't say we all, but I feel like as a human being, that should be the natural line of thinking.
Right. It should.
Yeah,
it should.
But that was a scene that resonated.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That scene was just as powerful as any action scene for me.
Because it's giving you a story without actually telling you the story. You know how people...
The dialogue was heavy in that. And it was fast-paced, too. It was like, if you weren't paying attention, you're going to miss some things in that dialogue. And
so you learned a lot about what happened without... him having a show or having over explaining it. I hate when writers do that. They over explain it and they introduce people and just be, you know, kind of like what we were talking about in Ironheart. It was just so on the nose.
Yeah,
this was brilliantly done.
Yeah, and I would say like, even watching another interview, like Whoopi was saying, like about that interview, she was catching herself getting annoyed, and she said, "I had to check myself because I realized I was getting annoyed at Clark in that moment for some reason." And when she processed it, she was like, oh, that's what being nice is. Because he was just being nice. He was just like, I just want to save people. Like, I'm arguing with you because I want to just save people. Right. That's it. So I don't care about.
Must have been was it because she was a woman and she felt like what about that interview would have you on the other side?
Well, I think she was getting
crazy.
Well, no, I think she was getting annoyed because Lois was whooping him with the interview, and he was just like, he was all over the place.
Right. I see.
Because he's a nice guy, and when you're nice and you just, your singular goal is to help people or save people, and this person's going, but what if the politics and and this and that?
Right.
How you gonna look?
Because Whoopi is a journalist, you know what I'm saying, to a degree, you know what I'm saying? It's like she understands what it's like to interview somebody and hit them with facts, and they all over the place. And right. But she was just pointing out that resonated with her because this is showing how good Clark is in that moment. He is just downright a good person. Like, even when you put him through the pressure cooker, he's still good. Wants to be good, wants to be accepted. That was the other thing too, is like being accepted by the human race. And that's hard writing, man. That dialogue, that's hard because it has to look natural. When you're writing that, man, that's hard. It's like you feel like you have to have been in that situation before. Like, I wonder how did he talk to journalists? Or does he just really pay attention to, you know, polarizing interviews? I wonder, because that was so well written, man. Right. As far as capturing what two opinions that greatly differ would sound like.
Right. And juxtapose that with the interview back in 78, which I'm not taking anything away from it, but, you know, Lois is asking him about his height and shoe size and, you know.
Right. Yeah, stuff that really don't matter that much.
And she's smitten by him and trying to play it off, but we're entering into a period where, oh, well, let's get past all that.
This is my boyfriend. I don't care about that.
Right.
You know, I'm about to bring it, real. Give you the, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I really appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, getting into the Daily Planet and all that stuff, you know, with, I like Perry White, Bunk from The Wire.
Yeah.
Perry White. I think he's going to play a really good.
Yeah. He was good.
Yeah.
In the limited scenes he was in, he was good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Cat Grant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
Yep.
Jimmy Olsen, I like, and apparently that's canon.
Okay.
Yeah.
It must
Jimmy
be.
Olsen, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, man. That was another arm folder for your boy.
Why?
It was weird, man.
Why is it
dude,
weird?
Man, ain't nobody checking for no dude like that, bro. Like, what?
Did you want the Jimmy Olsen with the Superman watch and all that stuff?
I mean, I don't know what I wanted. I ain't expect him to be this, you know, I don't know,
dude.
Yeah, I don't know. But whatever. Hey, it worked. He was a little annoying to me, but, you know, it moved the plot line along.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, hey, man, again. I'm just pointing, as we go, I'm pointing out things I like and I don't. But,
right.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Next.
Yeah. So. All right. So.
Dole.
Oh my God. Yeah, I actually liked all the portrayals of the Daily Planet gang, and I really appreciate that Gunn didn't, like in the first Superman film, and I'm using that as comparison because that's like my gold standard. So like what I appreciated was Gunn didn't stay in the Daily Planet for long periods of the film because there was bigger stuff going on.
Right.
But
we
he
got
had that
enough
moment where you got to see
all of them.
David Cornsweet play Clark, and he plays a really good Clark.
Yeah. And see,
and the hair.
I can't remember. It was some social media feed. I'm sorry I cut you off, man.
No, you're good.
But when you mentioned Clark and his persona, I feel like it was a welcome revisiting of what Clark Kent is supposed to be, right? Not that he was like bumbling or anything like that, but he was more of what we're used to seeing. Like Clark Kent didn't feel like Snyder's Clark Kent didn't quite feel like what we were all used to.
He still felt like Superman.
He still felt like Superman in street clothes, and it's like, man, we gotta, you know, if you're gonna wear the glasses that hypnotize folk, I need you to be at least change your mannerisms as well, because you can't be out here acting like Superman with the glasses on.
Right, and that was a good touch too when they touched on the hypno glasses and used the joke.
They did, and they used the perfect. And once again, let's go back to James Gunn's. Like, I mean, people will call him a one-trick pony and whatever. I get it, but here's the thing: if you're good at something, there's no need to stop doing that thing.
Right,
right. He is good at putting people together who don't really seem like they'd be good together, and it's funny and it's entertaining and it's thoughtful.
Yes.
And he did that with Justice Gang.
Right.
Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific, bro.
Yeah.
So which one of those you want to talk about first?
Guy Gardner was great. It was get those two out the way.
Yeah,
Guy Gardner was great.
Get those two.
I was worried about Guy Gardner because they showed like early stuff before I saw the film. I was like, man, I'm not sure. Guy Gardner look a little cheesy here.
But he looks like that, doesn't he?
He does.
That's how he looks. That's why I wasn't really messed up about it.
But it's just hard for me to. Nathan Fillion plays kind of the dashing roles a lot.
Yeah.
And
he had
and
a
over
good time
time
doing this, man. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, but I'm actually I want more of him, and I can't wait for Peacemaker because he's going to be in Peacemaker,
That's crazy,
and I think they're going to it's going to be hilarious. Like Guy Gardner and Peacemaker sharing the same room.
That is
man.
crazy.
And then Hawk Girl, I will say that because
there wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough
I don't know
about her.
enough about her.
Right. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if he had time, to be honest with you,
Right.
to really get into her story.
Yeah, Thanagar gets deep, man. It's just,
Yeah.
That's tough.
And I forgot, there's different iterations of Hawk Girl, and this particular Hawk Girl, she has a troubled past.
Okay.
Like I think she tried to commit suicide, and she ended up becoming Hawk Girl because she got reincarnated.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I would love to get in. I would love to see her story develop over time. Mr. Terrific.
Listen here, man. I had planned on seeing the movies again, personally. Mm-hmm. But the only reason I would, bro, is because of Mr. Terrific. Mm-hmm. I mean, I mean that. Because when they announced I'm not gonna lie, man, I didn't have any knowledge on Mr. Terrific, bro. Like this is me not knowing who that guy was. Mm-hmm. Really, when they announced it, then I kind of went back and did some research on it, and I was like, oh, okay, he sounds like a cool character. Let's just hope that the brother gets some love, because we don't have Black Panther no more, and all we have now is Sam Wilson.
Oh boy.
So please, James Gunn, do something with Mr. Terrific. Boy, listen. I saw the movie on that Monday before the actual release, through that Amazon Prime.
Folks.
That was the Amazon folk. Yeah. And man, you remember, we talked on the phone.
Right.
And I said, Mr. Terrific has the best scene in the movie.
Yes.
And I said that before all the, you saw all the social media posts saying the same thing.
Right.
And boy, listen, man.
He stole the show.
Man, give me the TV show. I want 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Immediately. And here's the thing, man. We are two African American.
He didn't have to write it like that.
He didn't have to.
But he did.
Listen, man.
And he knew. Like,
bro,
Eddie, yeah, go ahead.
Listen, man. Listen. This is why this guy is important. He's not flying. He's not shooting beams out of his eyes. He's not lifting buses. That dude just studied. And he's really smart. And so now when you have our youth in the theater,
right,
looking at this, and they don't have to be something that in their world, in their existence, is unattainable to be something. You see what I'm saying? Like that man, he stole it. Bro, he was the reason they won a lot of fights.
Right.
So
I love the banter.
He was the reason.
Right.
The rift.
Right. Even fighting the kaiju. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like he's the one. I was like, man, this is not what you're doing, man. Y'all, what are you doing? And the whole he's sitting down the whole time, which just speaks so much. It's like, man, when you smart, bro, you ain't got to be on your feet all the time. And that's real life, man.
Right.
Like I tell my kids, it's like, man, I went to school so I wouldn't have to, so I could sit down on my butt and earn this paper.
Right.
I mean, and this is not to disparage anybody who's standing on their feet or whatever, but I know my children. And I know they don't want to be on their feet. So I'm like, look, man, if you want to sit down on your butt and get this paper, you better be like Mr. Terrific. Right. That's what I'm saying. And so that, when intelligence is your superpower, and he's black, bro, hey, and no dig on Black Panther. It wasn't no heart-shaped herbs giving you no might or nothing. Dog, it was just that man liked to read.
Right.
That's it, bro, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And man,
well, he's nothing to play with athletically either. I mean,
he was an athlete, gold medalist,
athlete,
but him being able to run was not the reason he's doing what he's doing.
Right.
Because even when he landed, they was like, "Oh, he's the smart one. Don't worry about him." And that is how society treats. It's like, "Oh, he ain't got no crossover. He can't throw the ball 80 yards. You know what I'm saying? He can't do this. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Surface level talent that you can see.
Right.
He's the smart one, and he ended up being the one laying the camp flat.
Right. And if you really dig into his story, comic book wise, he creates his own tech. And the reason he has fair play on his jacket is because he wants the tech to give everyone a fair, even playing field.
Right. Yep. I never understood why that was on his jacket.
I do.
Yeah, bro. Man.
Loved him.
You loved him. Favorite character in the movie, man. Forget what you're talking about.
Yes. Loved the T-Craft, all that stuff, man.
He was funny.
Yes.
And he wasn't... This podcaster made this point, so I'm not even going to steal credit for this, but this is a real thing. So, when you're in corporate America, bro, when you're in corporate America and you black, you got to be a certain way, man.
Exactly.
You can't. The way I talk to the homies, I can't do that at work, man. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm really cool with you, and I can't do it in a public space at work. If we have to do, and for those who don't know the term, we got a code switch. Well, I feel like I say we have to. It's been a survival mechanism for a long time. There are some instances of people out here that don't have to do it. My man Ryan Coogler don't have to do it,
right.
And that's what's lovely. I mean, he can be himself. He can talk. He can articulate himself however he wants to, and still be who he is. But unfortunately, for a lot of us, man, that's not the thing. Mr. Terrific is probably the smartest dude in the DC universe. He's listed as 3, but I think they said only because he wants to be listed as 3 or something like that. That is a crazy
there's
story.
There's probably some chess move that he's
right.
He's nothing to be played with.
No, but he doesn't. He talks like you and I would talk. You know what I'm saying? As homies.
Right.
Yeah, he's not changing. Right. For you or anybody else.
Right.
And he's unapologetic about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something else I really liked and admired. Be who you are, man. Mm-hmm. And let everything else that you do speak for yourself. Right. Not how you sound or anything like that, man. And that character, man, he did so much without realizing. You know what? Maybe James Gunn did realize. I know Eddie Kazagi knew. I knew Eddie Kazagi knew because he talked about it. He talked about it, but
right.
Yeah, if anybody, like you said, Rose, Ryan Coogler needs to go and write the series. Just write the series, Ryan.
Yeah.
Coogler.
And it's refreshing. It's refreshing to hear somebody like James Gunn say that is one of his favorite characters.
Man,
we never get that.
No,
we've seen Cyborg get. Old dude from Zack Snyder's Justice League. He got blackballed.
Ray Fisher.
He got blackballed. And
terrible.
It's just like
he didn't have to go out. He didn't have to go that way, man.
Right, and you can tell it was.
Man got a raw deal in the Marvel stuff, though.
Right.
This is his redemption. He was supposed. He had.
Oh, you mean Eddie?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he played Darwin. And,
he's supposed to not be able to die or something. And
they killed him off in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah, okay, yeah. But that's what we're doing. Okay,
that's what we doing, bro.
He even mentioned that he was hurt by that. Like he was.
No, he doesn't. But a lot of people speak up on his behalf on that, man, about his redemptive arc in that regard. So right. I'm glad that people are appreciating the new fortune, the 180.
Yeah, I appreciate that he's written in a way where we can appreciate what you just said. Like that is something that's deep and intuitive. It's not.
Yeah, man. It goes in deep with our community, man. Right. James Gunn may think he realized what he did. I don't think he understands the level. I don't think he does. Yes. Even if he thinks he does, he doesn't. He doesn't, man. Like when he see little
created
kids
in
little jackets
right.
at Halloween, he gonna see.
Yeah,
he gonna see. He's gonna see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really appreciate that, and I will say this, and we can keep moving. I was amazed at how he pulled that off. When he announced Lex is going to be in there, and the engineer, and then this Ultraman's going to be in here, and Guy Gardner, and Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific, and da-da-da. And I was like, I don't know, man. This Superman movie is going to fail.
Too much.
Right, yeah. It's
too
like,
many cooks in the kitchen around his mug.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
It felt like Spider-Man 3 years.
Well, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not gonna fall for your trick, sir. Not falling for your trick.
All right, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about No Way Home. I'm talking about.
Don't care.
Talking about.
Don't care.
I'm talking about Topher Grace.
Oh,
Venom and
that one.
Oh, squeezing.
Dang, you went all the way back.
Yeah, I went back. But yeah, you're right. You know.
Well,
yeah,
No Way Home was 3 too. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't acknowledge that
triggered.
one. The fact that I acknowledged Topher Grace before that other one says everything you need to know.
Yes.
Fight me. I don't care.
Right. But it goes back to the writing, basically.
Yeah, man.
Like,
for sure.
You know, that one was written to have those characters, and the way it was written was kind of like, I don't know. You know, but this one was written very well to set up that we're going to see more of these characters. Mm-hmm. He's getting to the point. Mm-hmm. No more origin stories. Mm-hmm. We're not going to see any more Clark falling from the sky as a baby. We're not going to have any pearls.
No pearls in the
alley. No, we're not doing that. He has definitely put his flag on how this universe is going to go. Mm-hmm. There's so much to talk about, but I really appreciate. Let's talk about the Pocket Universe. I know that was tough for you.
Oh.
But I actually liked that it was a vehicle for Mr. Terrific to show his smarts.
Right.
And kind of like pair the two intellects.
Right.
Because he needed an intellectual guy to pick. Like, Superman ain't on that level.
No, he's not.
So Mr. Terrific played an important role in the film.
And explaining all the flaws to said universe. It's like, bro, you can't do this. This is not how you would do this. Matter of fact,
he used him to explain the whole theory of the Pocket Universe.
He did.
Which is dope.
Yeah, he did. I did. Yeah, even though I didn't like it, again, like I was saying, I understood why James Gunn did what he did.
Right.
Before I just crucified him for not liking whatever aspect of the movie it was, particularly. So when I say process, that is what I mean. It's like, okay, I didn't like this. But can I understand why he did this? Right. You know what I mean? And so I tried to come up with what I felt was his reasoning behind it and his purpose. Because as a writer, I know James Gunn is capable.
Right.
It ain't that he can't.
Right.
But I'm sure he's doing this stuff from a purposeful place.
Right.
And that is what I was doing when I was processing it. So after I did that, I'm like, okay, I don't hate it as much.
Right.
I understand.
Right.
So let's keep moving.
Yeah. So, like, with the Pocket Universe, there's so much. We're probably skipping over a lot.
I mean, people have probably seen it 2 and 3 times.
Yeah. I loved all the things that were in the universe.
Yeah.
Where James got like the monkey bots. And
on his face, it's silly, but James we know Gunn, who he's talking about.
Well, no.
No?
That's the funny thing. I thought it was all these, incels.
That's what I thought. It's not that. What are you saying? What are you feeling?
James Gunn said governments are setting up these propaganda, like they're flooding the world with all these messages, and allowing people to like hate each other and pit people.
It could be both, actually.
Yes, and he said that's why he wrote the monkey bots, because Lex was kind of essentially becoming a government to himself, and pouring all this stuff out in the world to change the perception on Superman. It was a smear campaign, in secret. But he said he did find it interesting that people were connecting it to all the folks that were saying this is too woke and stuff like that. And he said, well, I will allow that as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, but if you're talking about the social media, space, then yeah, that is all encompassing.
Right.
Because that is the conduit through which all this stuff is delivered.
It's not even a person behind it.
Irrespective of who or what is the source.
Right.
It's the social media aspect of it, right? Like it doesn't matter who's on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They all kind of have this same kind of thing as far as mentality is concerned.
Correct.
So yeah, it could be anybody who's maliciously out here doing this stuff.
Right.
Doesn't matter. So.
Right. So they capture Superman, and we're skipping around, but they capture Superman. They want to imprison him into this pocket universe, and this is where we meet Metamorpho. And Metamorpho was he has the ability to create any metal. He can be any gas. I mean, he can become the periodic table of elements,
even those that he's not come into contact with, and that's when I, bro. That's when
you gotta turn your brain off.
That's when I checked out, bro. I was like,
why you check out on that?
Oh man, that's when I folded my arms. I was like, bro, you don't even know, you've never even seen this before, dude.
Seen Kryptonite?
Right, bro. So, and they made sure he explained it. He doesn't have to do, you know what, dog, make me some diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm broke. Like, what are we doing, man? You've never seen Kryptonite, and you just magically come up with this chunk of it. Yeah, dog. I was like, nah, James Gunn, Dole.
Okay, man. All right.
I didn't like that.
I'll allow it.
Nah.
I will say I will say that's my only flaw in the movie. I felt like Metamorpho's character was kind of
the Baby Joey stuff.
That was those kind of.
Well, you know they got to sell them Baby Joeys. You got to sell them on.
They'll sell more cryptos than Baby Joeys.
Well, sure. It'll be some Baby Joey sold though. But yeah, more cryptos for sure. But they're gonna be selling the little. And Joeys.
Apparently, Baby Joey's in the comics. See, every time I try to challenge it, it's not like he made up a Baby Joey.
I know, but it don't matter because he got to sell Baby Joey too.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, no, this. Yeah, man, I could have done without Baby Joey.
Yeah.
Well, he's right up there with Grogu.
Right. But anyway, series of events.
Right.
Lex. They capture Crypto. Lex goes to the, Fortress of Solitude.
Yes.
There was this message that was being played that Superman uses to soothe himself.
Yeah, his parents.
With his parents.
Yes.
But the message gets destroyed.
Yes.
Or it's destroyed to a certain. The end of it is destroyed.
Yeah, he didn't get the full transmission.
Right. Somehow Lex gets in there and they're able to decode it.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, just alien tech, no problem.
True.
Arms folded.
Yes. Okay.
Folded it.
Yes.
It's like, okay.
Yes. But I mean, here's the thing. Not to derail from that, but here's the thing. The reason I appreciate this film is because it is comic booky.
Right.
It is a live action Justice League Unlimited, and I watched every episode of Justice League Unlimited religiously, and this felt like that, and that's where I'm giving the movie its kudos. But anyway, I like the I'm mentioning all that because I like the flip with his parents and his birthright.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, and I like that that aspect of his character, where his parents, they had a loving message, but when Lex deciphers it, it's, we want you to rule over all. Rule over all. Right.
Yeah, it's like, so he's been spending all his time trying to
repopulate the earth.
Repopulate the earth with Kryptonian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot that can be, I appreciate that thread because there's a lot that could be used later, with Zod, Because Zod is going to be the guy that's like,
hey man,
they sent you here.
This is what you're
supposed to be doing here.
It's gonna be good, man. Like,
right?
Because that was heavy when whether the means through which they obtained the remaining message, whatever, fine,
right.
But that message, that's huge,
right? And that's canon as well,
because my man spent his entire life trying to be. An exemplary person, per what he thought his parents, wanted him to be. It's almost like, can you imagine, your parents telling you, this is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. But then you find out that you didn't get all the truth from them. And so everything that you have become, everything that you've achieved, everything that you've believed is false. So now you're like,
the world we're in now.
Who am I?
Yes.
Right?
Look at the world we're
you know
in
what
now.
I'm saying? Like,
there's a lot of people that grew up
believing that accountability.
Yeah.
And
or even
being
racist.
kind.
Yes.
And
it's not the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't step on people, and you and karma and nah.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of people that are in take it to real world for a second. There's a lot of people that I've met, good people that are at odds with their parents because their parents still want like whatever is going on right now with Trump and all that stuff. Right. They support that.
They have to separate.
And their kids are like, no, I don't
want that, man. Everything that you told me, I've gotten out here in the world and learned real things.
Right.
The internet has made.
I'm exposed to different people.
I'm around these people.
Yes.
And everything that you've said about these people is wrong.
Right.
Like, I have interactions with these people. I know these people. I've
human.
Spoken to these people.
Right.
They're not who you say they are.
Right.
And so now you're like, these people clothe, feed, and house me, man.
Right.
But they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I couldn't imagine.
Right. Now, Superman has what's great about the writing here is he didn't really have that from his parents.
No.
He just got that message.
Right.
But he got Ma and Pa Kent.
Right. That were congruent. They're the first half of the message was congruent with how he grew up.
Right.
In Kansas.
Yes.
So he was like, oh, surely they were saying the same stuff until Lex, came out with the whole thing.
Right.
And was like, nah, you're really supposed to be taking over and burning us down.
Right. That was clever writing because Clark's parents were definitely from Kansas.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the realness of that.
Yeah, a lot of that being spoken on a number of podcasts I saw.
Right.
About how typically the Kents are always these oddly
model-esque folks.
Progressive, in
the middle of
deviants
Kansas.
in the middle of rural Kansas. Never would that happen.
Right.
He should have fallen in San Francisco, bro. Like, because that would have made more sense.
Right.
To have crashed in San Francisco or somewhere in California.
But I like that because he's trying to dispel that. Like, there's good people everywhere.
Yeah.
And just
like,
because...
Don't generalize them because they live in rural Kansas.
Right. We live in a world where I wouldn't be caught dead in rural Kansas.
Yeah, because Clark, Kal-El crashed in a sundown town.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah,
no.
Right. Yeah, but there was some definite tension with me with like the portrayal of his parents and that, but I appreciate all of the writing there. Like, when he talked with his dad, it was the most touching. Like,
man, that was the best thing. My son and I had a long talk after that.
Right.
He's 11. And he just talked about how, man, he said he really liked that scene And I'm thinking, man, that's the scene you wanted to talk about, and we talked about that and how real. Yeah, and he just, and I don't know if it was because it was his dad, and, you know what I'm saying, it was father and son kind of dynamic, but he just talked about how you know, he said he kind of feel like he said he learned that's how Superman, that's why Superman is who he is, and not necessarily because, you know, he can fly and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, man, if it's resonating with him, then man, he's hitting. Gunn is hitting on all cylinders right now, bro. This is something else. Like this is something else.
Right.
And you know, and I said this to you, Ryan, man. I would rather have me come out of this movie and giving it a 1, which I didn't. I'm just using that example. I didn't give it a 1. But I would rather have I would rather have hated this movie and the world loved it.
Right.
For the sake of the universe, man. And for the sake of good comic book cinema being in our future.
Right.
That's it, man.
Right.
But no, he did everything he was supposed to do, man.
Yeah, and I mean, to that point, man, I actually think the reason I really appreciate this movie and rank it up there is because what it's doing right now.
Yeah.
I have people that are going, I hated this movie.
Yeah.
And then they went back a second time. Literally, a podcaster did this.
Really?
She said, I hated this movie.
Okay. Then what was the reason for going back?
She went back. She was like, okay, well, maybe she's like, maybe I missed something or whatever. You know, she wants to like it, I think. And because it's Superman. And she's a geek and all this
That's
stuff.
Right.
She goes back and she's like, I'm wrong. And this is why. And she breaks down like, this movie is trying to show people what Superman represents.
Right.
But then at the same time, the writing is letting you know, you need to be this way.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard. It's simplistic.
Right.
It's not hard. It ain't a whole lot of red tape trying to understand. Somebody had written, people they wanted to go in and expected super, capital SUPER man, and got lowercase super, uppercase man.
Right.
Because it's about the man first.
Right. It's funny how Man of Steel, Invincible, and this is no throwing any shade on them, but the toxic, I mean, there's so many discussions about
Homelander as well.
And The Boys.
Yeah.
Has brought this whole culture of like,
yeah,
you know, like, oh yeah, that's how it should be.
Bro, Superman.
Right. I need him to dominate, and I need him to like, and it's like, it's not about that.
No, bro, he's trying to save lives, man.
And and again, it's okay to explore those characters, but those characters are archetypes from the OG. This Superman.
Right. They all want to be him, but they twist him into this dude who, you know, uses stuff for the wrong reasons. You know, uses his powers in the wrong direction.
Right. Oh man, I'd love to see this guy beat his son to a pulp. It's like, wait a minute, what are we doing? Even though that was dramatic in that, like watching that on Invincible, but when you really think about it, and I haven't finished, so like the whole story hasn't finished yet, but still that act happened. That would never happen.
Never.
No
way would Superman let all the people down on that plane.
No way I would ever lay a hand on my son like that. Right. Like,
Homelander let a lot of people down on that plane, bro.
I know.
He just said, you know what? Forget it. We can't save him. Like, what?
Right.
Superman would have died trying, man. He would have died trying. And then he would have been crestfallen had he not been able to.
Right.
Whereas he just, let me go get some milk. Let me go and get some breast milk and call it a day.
Right.
Like, that's not what we doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of messages in this film, and I appreciate even the Easter eggs that are pointing at real life.
Yeah.
Land grabbing.
Free Palestine.
I mean.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yes.
I was just like, okay. I can get behind that.
Ta-Nehisi Coates said it best. apartheid is just evil, period.
Yeah, there's no angle.
There's no angle. It's just evil, period. Like, what are we doing?
There's no argument in favor of that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. What are we talking about?
Right. We need to find... There was a reason that happened. Sorry, I'm not trying to get into that, but
well, I mean, that's what this movie is doing,
right?
Whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, they got stuff for the kids,
right?
And like I was telling you earlier about thematically what this thing was doing, that was the adult part,
right?
You know what I mean? Whether or not the man was twirling his mustache, it doesn't matter. Right. You know, as far as the themes are concerned, you know what I'm saying.
And Superman's example inspiring other heroes. So like, when the kid is pulling the flag up and you're thinking Superman can't be at two places at one time.
Right.
Like, what's going to happen here?
Right. We up in the building. You got us today.
Guy Gardner. I loved it.
And it was funny.
And it was great, but it also showed like...
He's going to make... Yeah, they respect him enough. It's like, Superman, that's that guy.
Right.
And that's what the leader of the Justice League is supposed to look like.
Right.
Even though I know everybody love Batman, he has no business being the lead of the Justice League. And so with a guy like this, he's got to be the one with the leadership and the level of morality that people could only dream of achieving.
Yes.
That elevates him to that point, to that position of leadership, to where there's no question. It has nothing to do with how powerful he is physically, but how moral and good of a person he is, to where he earns that mantle as the leader of the Justice League, unquestionably, regardless of who else steps in there. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So he's setting that up, I think.
Right. And then he's also setting up like Guy Gardner and the Lanterns. Like they are powerful. Like, yeah, they can hang. And, and I like that he depowered. I don't want to say depowered is not the right word. He presents to us a vulnerable Superman where other heroes or villains can hang with them, and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I think he solved the issue that has always plagued us.
Yes,
Superman is OP.
Right. Because Guy Gardner pretty let him know, man. Said, I'm not afraid of you like that, bro. Like,
I'm here.
We can fight right here.
The Corps, the Corps hired me to get guys like you.
right.
Like I fought people like you.
This is nothing. I'll drag you to a Red Sun universe, man. What? Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to say about this, but I mean, we've talked a while, but So, all right. So, fun exercise. How would you rank this Superman movie amongst the Superman movies? And then give your overall rank for the movie. Your score for the movie.
I won't even waste time on some of those Superman movies. Like after as far as Christopher Reeve is concerned, after 2, I don't acknowledge the others.
Okay.
I don't acknowledge those.
All right.
I don't acknowledge the Kevin Spacey one. so there's really only this one.
So you got a short list,
and there's really only the 2.
So you only got 3.
The only 2 Christopher Reeve, Man of Steel, and this
Man of Steel. Okay, so you got
these are the only
4.
ones I acknowledge.
Okay, so in order, how would you rank them?
Man, that's tough, bro. Because I mean, what are you talking about, man? Okay, you know what? For me personally,
just movie.
For me, man, you talking about the feeling I got? I thought Superman 1 was everything until he fought them Kryptonians in Superman 2. I was like, man, this is the best movie ever. This is the best Superman movie ever. But we got to see him fight people that were on his level, and he had to fight 3 of them.
Right,
it's crazy. That was my first. That's number 1. And then the first one, and then this one, and then Man of Steel is what I'm going.
Okay.
That's how I'm going.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go number 1, the first time.
Yeah.
Superman.
And that's what I thought until all that action in that second one. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm putting this at number 2.
You putting that one at 2?
No, I'm putting
the new one. The
new one.
At 2. That's fair.
I'll put this one at 2, and then I'll put. It's tough because I think it's edging. in terms of action. I mean, and it is unfair to a degree, but I would do Superman 78 first.
James Gunn, Superman.
James Gunn.
And
then Superman 2.
Okay.
And then I would do Man of Steel as 4.
Okay. Quest for Peace.
I can't even like
leave that Richard Pryor and all that other stuff, man.
I can't do Richard Pryor. I
Just don't
can't
count
do it.
those.
Those don't
just
count.
throw them out, man. Just do them 4 and keep
Yeah,
it moving, man. Them movies, man.
And Superman Returns was really bad.
Well, see, they were trying to say it was him being gone, and it was because Christopher Reeve is gone, man. So don't try to continue off that, man. Just come on, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
Nah.
So those are my 4. I mean, I guess I could throw. I'm just gonna leave it at 4. I don't have a fifth spot.
That's what I'm saying. There it is. That's why I say I'll give you those 4, and that's it. I'm not
that's
talking about
4. Yeah, 5 is a stretch because there was just some really bad ones in there. But Man of Steel is definitely last on the list now.
Yep, I would agree.
Just due to story and writing.
I would agree. Yep.
Cavill was a good Superman, though.
He was. Nothing
but
against him,
no
but
Clark,
you're a victim of your own script.
Right.
You're a victim of the script.
Yeah, he wasn't a great Clark, though.
No, he wasn't.
I think
that
Corn
might have been
Sweat,
a victim because of the script as well.
Right.
You're given your direction and you're given what to say. And it ain't got nothing to do with whether or not he could have done it.
Yeah, he felt like he was out of GQ. And that's not the Clark that we know.
No.
Clark is a little the act in public is you're a little off. Now when he's with Lois, you notice the posture. Yeah. But yeah. So those are my 4.
Yeah.
For the movie itself, when I left the theater, I gave it an 8.
Wow, you gave it a lot more than I did.
And then after I processed it, I gave it a 9.
See, I took it from like a 7.
It's almost like a 9.5.
Yeah, I took it from a 7 to like an 8.5. Afterwards,
that's a big jump.
I thought about it. Yeah, it was. Because like I said, there were a lot of things that I had to talk through. I didn't. It was some. Issue. I had an issue with Lois flying that thing around like it was a Honda Accord after like 2 minutes. I was like, but then, the good homie, my homie Dennis was like,
he said he wrote it in there.
He said it's intuitive. But even though I heard it, I was like, but then he was like, man, considering all the things that he's done and the technology he's come up with, it doesn't feel too far fetched to believe that thing could there could be some kind of AI, and it's a comic book movie, right? To be able to kind of understand who this person is and how to do it, and Mr. Terrific, so I'll allow it,
right?
So, but there was a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of it really had to do with the on the nose stuff with the villain, and then some other arm folding events that we pointed out throughout this recording.
Right.
So,
but
again, 8.5. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go watch this movie, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Take your family.
Take your family, man. You know what I'm saying?
I saw. It was a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah,
I went to the IMAX.
There,
I went to the IMAX theater, and in our particular IMAX, you have to walk upstairs.
Yeah.
To get, to your seat.
Yeah, it's probably all of them, I think.
And there was a crew of these older ladies. They had to be in their 80s,
man.
And they were walking up the steps with their Superman shirts.
That's dope, man.
I was like,
See, and that's what he's counting on.
Yeah, that's what I love. Yeah. I will say that this movie has rejuvenated the comic book movie.
Yeah, man.
I'm not being hyperbolic about that.
Yeah, it was dying.
Yes.
I don't know what Disney and them doing. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, they're a victim of their own success.
Yeah, maybe this Fantastic Four will turn.
I hope so. Man. I hope so. And it's a good vehicle to bring the kids back potentially.
Yeah, hopefully.
They probably gonna try to sell a lot of Herbies, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna try to make Mr. Fantastic more Iron Man, more Tony-esque.
Really? How so?
You'll see.
Okay. I don't know why we talking about that. That's my fault. Why did I bring this up?
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, but I was talking about it was my fault. We're talking about rejuvenating the comic book movie.
But I didn't have to
throw
that in there. We're not talking about Marvel today.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yeah. But anyway, we will definitely watch that and get your review on that.
Yeah, for sure.
You might get some little mini reviews here and there.
Yeah.
But I think the next big one is going to be Fantastic Four for us, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, man. Let us know what you think, man. Give us your opinions on this woke movie. Woke movie. Shut up.
Yeah.
Drink bleach. Kill yourself. All right, we'll holler at y'all, man.